This and every episode of REKT Podcast is brought to you by Beaksy Exchange, an upcoming cryptocurrency exchange built in collaboration with One Market Data. Beaksy is bringing legacy finance speed, power, and sophistication to crypto for the first time. With 225,000 transactions per second per pair, comparable to NASDAQ, 15 order types on day one, with 25 order types on full rollout, and a dedicated customer support team, Beaksy is setting itself apart from the competition. Check out Beaksy today at Beaksy.com and pre-register today at Beaksy.com/registration to get your free Beaksy Exchange tokens. That's Beaksy.com, BEAXY.com.
Hi, this is Flori from BlockFi. I'm the co-founder of the company, and this is REKT.
Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host, Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how are you, buddy?
It's a good day. Spring is in the spring is in the air. I'm feeling pretty good.
Except for that frog in your throat?
Yeah, I'm also feeling I got a little bit of a cold too. So,
hey, this is a double dip for us. We've recorded twice today. This is some exciting things on the horizon for us. So good to be back and good to go double dipping. And we have with us a very special guest, Flori from BlockFi, the co-founder. How are you, Flori?
Hey, doing pretty well. Feeling the springtime allergies as well.
Oh boy, I wish I could say I really felt like it was spring yet. It's like I get a day of hot or warm, I guess, and then a day it was like -3 again today and all that stuff. And we actually just have Cynthia with us. Cynthia, what up?
Hi, I'm here. Sorry.
No, you're good.
It has been very much springtime here in Florida. Actually, it has felt
Stop
like
it.
summer. It's
Stop
been
it
80
right now.
degrees, and I took my kids to the beach for like 4 days during spring break. It was amazing.
I am
boy.
jealous. I'm jealous.
But I am feeling those springtime allergies too. It sucks. That's the only bad part.
Do you get allergies down there? Like, I don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Well, we're not like...
I
on
thought
a
all that
different
Four
planet.
Loko you guys
We
drank
also-
in Jacksonville kind of eliminated your immune
Just
system.
kills everything, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. Well, we are glad to be back. We are glad to have Flori here. Flori, so let's start with how you got to where you are today. So how did you get into crypto? What did you do before? How did this journey start to where you are right now?
Yeah, awesome. So I actually think I have a pretty common story, which is my friend read about it on Reddit. Basically, it was like my friend's boyfriend kept talking about Bitcoin, and the first time he introduced me to the idea, he told it to me 3 times, over the course of an hour, and then we were at a party later tonight, and he kept talking about it to everybody that he ran into because he was just obsessed with it. And I kind of tuned it out, which taught me a valuable lesson in listening to everybody, because that was the beginning of 2017.
Yeah, what year? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Jan 2017. So, oops. But later, one of my friends who's an engineer actually sat me down and kind of explained how a decentralized platform worked. And that was in April of 2017. So when I was looking at bios, I've always felt like I was late to the party from joining in 2017. But I actually think that in crypto, that kind of makes me an old timer or somewhere in the middle.
Yes.
And then in August of 2017, my co-founder, Zach, and I decided to start BlockFi.
That's pretty interesting. So we are all around the similar. I have the exact, pretty much similar time frame to you. So that March, April 2017, Chamber was the resident top buyer in November.
Q4.
Yeah, Q4.
Oh
2017.
boy.
And Cynthia outdates us all. Cynthia, when exactly did you get in? I don't even remember.
It was the end of 2016.
I was going to say Feb
2016. Okay.
Feb 2009.
yeah, right. Cynthia is Satoshi. So what were you doing before crypto that led you into kind of what you've parlayed into BlockFi now?
Yeah, so actually Cynthia and I have a lot in common. I did a little bit of stalking before, and I actually used to work in lending as well. So, yeah, I came from another fintech platform that used to make loans to small businesses all across the U.S., and Zach, my co-founder, also worked in fintech in New York, so we knew each other through that. And he had this idea for making loans backed by crypto. And I had never worked in crypto or blockchain-related technologies before, but I knew everything there was to know about lending. So I thought it was like the perfect fit to get to touch a new technology that I didn't really know that much about, and also get to use everything that I already knew about lending.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you had mentioned your friend said, kind of showed you the I guess the light when it comes to decentralization and a decentralized platform. What was it about that really got you interested?
Yeah, I think I've never really been able to wrap my mind around why one company should own all of our data, right? So it really comes down to like scalability, like security, and being able to share data across a distributed network. I don't like being like beholden to kind of like one platform. So the idea of being able to share information in a more efficient way across a variety of like servers, if you will, made a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We had Crystal Rose on from Sense, and she kind of talked to us a lot in detail about why decentralization was important to her, and it sounds very similar there as well. All right, so now
I have a follow-up question, actually.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
You said you were creeping us before.
Yeah, just a little. It was like a very like safe creepy, not like.
I was
creepy,
really worried
creepy.
because my two biggest participation tweets were, one was about weed and the other one was about American cheese.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
you're
came on
American
and
cheese.
So I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shoot. So,
Yeah,
My
that's
paint me in
tweets
a bad
stayed up
light.
for you guys.
yeah, no, I saw those and I was like, we're gonna get along just fine.
All right, cool.
There you go.
Chamber, wait, I need to go back to this. You don't have American cheese or what?
So in Canada, no.
You didn't know what it was.
So I've always heard about American cheese. I didn't, watching TV and whatnot, you would see it, cooking shows and whatnot. And I'm like, I have no idea what this is. And I had never seen so much participation on a tweet out of all my tweets.
That's so funny. Well, I'm a cheese
Everybody had an
connoisseur.
opinion.
Like, I love cheese. I always do cheese platters for parties and stuff, and I can tell you that American cheese is like the least exciting, so you're not missing anything.
Flori, you need to weigh in on the cheese debate here.
Well, I wanted to know if you've tried American cheese yet.
So I think the consensus is I have, because everybody kept saying like Kraft singles were American cheese, basically.
That
Yeah, I
is
think
not
that
American
counts.
cheese.
No?
That's
Oh, God, first
that is
debate.
like garbage. That is garbage cheese. That's not even real cheese.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
I'm
there's
gonna-
beer and there's good beer and there's bad beer. I
Right.
think it definitely
Okay.
qualifies as American cheese.
I
it's
would
a step
say-
up from Cheese Whiz or something.
I would say a grilled cheese and a cheeseburger, you would need a Kraft single. So
No way.
that makes it good.
I'm a cheese snob, though, so I can't really.
But
Try
I was
it,
under
yeah.
the impression there was big blocks of American cheese.
There is.
And that's what people are saying. That
There
I've never
is.
tried. That I've
I
never
like big blocks, and I can't.
tried. Yeah, exactly.
Well, now that you've completely derailed us
Yeah,
here.
sorry about that, Flori.
Well, Flori, what's your favorite cheese?
I'm a very big proponent of melted cheese, specifically in mozzarella sticks. So it's that
Nice.
bready
There you go.
outside that
Now
gets me
she's
going.
talking.
There's nothing worse than an overcooked mozzarella stick, though, where like the cheese is like gone and all you're left with is that.
It's the
like,
breading. Yeah,
I
that's
would
the
argue
worst.
that an undercooked mozzarella stick might be worse.
I agree. I would agree
maybe.
with Flori on this one.
But I just want the cheese,
Because you need that crisp. If it's undercooked, it's no bueno. It's like mushy.
You bite in and it's cold in the center.
Yeah, cold, hard center.
No good.
I know what I'm eating after we get off here, you guys.
Welcome to REKT Podcast, the most cheese-positive podcast in all of crypto.
I was just blown away
rails.
by the participation on that particular question. It was really throwing me for a loop. So.
Yeah, because usually your tweets get like 1 or 2 likes.
And I mean, they're basically mine from my alternate accounts. So
Right.
yeah, it was very strange.
No, I have put out some really like intellectual, smart tweets, but like all of my shit posts get the most interaction. It's funny and sad at the same time.
I'm converting strictly to cheese Twitter.
Yeah, cheese Twitter where it's at.
Hashtag REKT cheese.
Cheese BlockFi is my new.
Cheese BlockFi.
Yeah.
Yes, that has got to be our hashtag for this one.
Okay, that's our hashtag. There you go. Perfect. All right, let's go back.
Sorry.
So, Flori, how does BlockFi start?
Yeah, so we basically realized that crypto investors needed access to the same financial products that people can use in US dollars, right? So or in any type of currency. So if you have fiat, you can open a bank account, you can put it in savings and earn interest, and you can pay your credit card off with it. And there's all these things that there's no reason really why you shouldn't be able to do it with Bitcoin or ETH or Litecoin or other assets. So Zach and I realized, hey, like we're in the perfect position to build this bridge between traditional financial products and crypto. And the first thing that we decided to build was a loan backed by crypto. So we figured there were a lot of people that have been investing, well, at least 2 of us on this podcast, maybe 3, for a while, and they had significant holdings. But people in general don't want to sell because you believe in the future price appreciation, and also if you sell, you incur sometimes what's called like long-term capital gains tax, which is pretty onerous. So instead, you can borrow against your crypto, and it's very similar kind of to like a pawn shop where you give us your Bitcoin, ETH, Litecoin, and we'll give you US dollars, and whenever you want it back, you pay back the loan and you get back your crypto. So we started that in January of 2018. Yeah, we can go into like a whole different podcast about taxes, but we'll skip that portion for now. But yeah, it works the same as like borrowing against your home. So Cynthia, you probably know a little bit about that.
Yes, I do. I would. By the way, I would love to talk to you when we get off of here to hear about your background in lending and stuffing.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of us lending nerds out there, but
there really aren't. There really aren't.
But yeah, so we started lending in January 2018, did that the whole year. And then early this year, we launched our second product, which is basically the same thing as like a savings account, but it's for crypto. So people can deposit their crypto through BlockFi, and right now we're offering 6% on Bitcoin and ETH. So it's even better than what banks
6%? Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Crypto and Bitcoin and ETH, they're much more dynamic than US dollars. So we wanted to make sure that we were offering a interest amount that kind of reflected that.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So to go back to your loan, the loan products. So essentially, you're just collateralizing people's crypto accounts so they don't have to sell their holdings to acquire a loan. Is that basically it?
Yeah, it's exactly right. So don't sell your crypto. Post it with a loan.
That's super attractive to me. That's super attractive because it's like I've always thought about why I don't want to sell it, but like there's not much you can do with it at this moment if you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for people that go ahead.
I was going to say, sorry. You started January 2018, yes?
We were founded in August
2017. Pardon me.
2017.
I keep forgetting it's 2019 already.
It's crazy. And it's the end of March.
He's cheese drunk. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm drunk on that American cheese.
Have your edibles hit in you?
No, not today. I'm all out. But, so for example, I take out a loan with using Bitcoin or Ethereum, doesn't matter. But the price of Bitcoin is $15,000. And I take out that loan. What happens? Is there some sort of reconciliation process that happens as Bitcoin takes a nosedive?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So there are two things that happen. As the price goes down, you have to post what's called like additional margin. So you can send us more crypto to kind of balance out the amount of dollars that you have out versus the now like less worth crypto.
Right, yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what's called a margin call. And if basically that continues to fall past a certain trigger, then our system will actually automatically sell a portion of your crypto to rebalance the loan. However, our platform's super dynamic. So if at any time you want to pay off your loan and get back your crypto so that you don't have to manage that risk, you can do that. With our platform, you can also set automated limits. So basically you can tell us, hey, if crypto hits 6,000 back in the day or 2,000, just sell enough to close out my loan so that you don't have to deal with it.
Interesting.
Very interesting, actually. Yeah, I can definitely see why that's attractive.
So with the reverse
it definitely is, I mean, sorry.
Go ahead.
Just you hear about people who have had to sell their crypto because they've had some kind of emergency come up that they weren't prepared for, so they had to cash out. So this is definitely a really super cool idea.
Yeah, one of my favorite use cases was one of our customers, his wife found out how much crypto he owned and what it was worth, and she was like trying to force him to sell it so that he could redo their kitchen. And he started like frantically Googling like other ways to access liquidity, and then he found BlockFi.
How can I hide this from my wife?
Thank God, like I can access cash, I don't have to sell, and I can redo my kitchen.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. I mean,
my wife wants to redo our kitchen too, so
you could kind of, I mean, like you could go, I mean, Cynthia, this would tie into you, but like you go buy a house like that if you had the collateral to do so. It's interesting to,
yeah, for sure.
It's interesting to think about for sure. So, what kind of rates are, or does it even work like that? What kind of rates do people get on loans like that?
Yeah, so it depends on how much collateral you post. So if you post like 5 times the amount of crypto as the loan amount, then our interest rates actually start at 4.5%, which is even lower than a lot of bank loans. If you want to collateralize at like 2 to 1, so 2 times Bitcoin to dollars, our interest rate's 11.25%.
Interesting.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would think that.
So what would happen?
The one last thing is that the payments are interest only. So unlike most loans where you have to pay back a portion of your loan, you only have to pay back interest. So the payments are pretty small on a monthly basis.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So if I were to put down, say, 3 Bitcoin and get the
7.9% is the interest rate on that one.
But what happens in the inverse where it just skyrockets to the moon? In a month's time, it's $50,000 a Bitcoin. Do I get some sort of like credit line, or I have? You know what I mean? Do you get some sort of backup as far as if I want to?
Yeah, you can reset the loan at any time, right? So if the price goes up, you can basically either access more cash or release some of the crypto that you have posted with us, right? Because now you don't need to post as much to have that 2x amount, right?
And could you theoretically flip some of that into the savings plan, like into the 6% savings plan?
Yeah, exactly, definitely. So you could just transfer. So we haven't built it yet, but we're going to build like what's called like auto sweep. So if you have like excess collateral posted, it'll just get automatically put into our interest account.
That's interesting.
Very interesting.
Interesting.
So, talk a little bit more about the interest account and how that came about and things like that. I saw it announced, and it made some waves for sure. So talk a little bit about how that came to be and anything you want to talk about there.
Yeah, so we kept seeing, right, so there's people that wanted to access liquidity, and I think that's like a portion of crypto owners. But we also saw that there's a lot of people, including some people on our team, that were keeping their crypto literally in their sock drawer. So we realized, I mean, Do you really want to say that to all your listeners? Hey guys, this is where I keep it. No, but we were like,
he doesn't have a lot. It's okay.
We realized that it's like, all right, so there's got to be a better way for people to store their assets. And at BlockFi, we have this great partnership with Gemini. So all of our crypto is stored directly on Gemini. So our first thought process was, okay, well, what if we start offering people this like free custody solution through us? And then that kind of got the ball rolling, and we realized, no, we should actually structure it like an interest account at a bank, like you could get at Chase. So then we started building that out with our legal team, and we ended up with a 6% interest account for Bitcoin and ETH.
That's super interesting. So that was my question, was who owns the custody and how that all works. So so talk about that a little more. Talk about custody like I'm 5 years old.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So BlockFi is offering an interest account, and we partner with a separate company, Gemini. Anytime that you log on and you want to send us crypto, you click deposit and you see a wallet address come up. That wallet address is actually BlockFi's account at Gemini. So your crypto goes directly to Gemini, and BlockFi never touches the private keys or the crypto.
Interesting. So that's super attractive too to me. Instead of the just sending it out to, I guess, a third party, trusted third party, I guess. And that's kind of so what feedback have you guys gotten with that so far? Because obviously there's part of the crypto community that is, if you don't own your keys, you don't own your Bitcoin, all that kind of stuff. What kind of feedback have you gotten there?
Yeah, I would definitely say it's mixed. So for people that really care about security and do their research on the different types of custodians that are out there, I actually think that us partnering with Gemini has been a huge selling point. So a lot of our customers basically weren't willing to take their crypto out of their sock drawer until they saw that there was a company that was partnering with a custodian and that we were separated, right? We're two different companies. So I think a lot of people are kind of worried about like company risk, like what happens if someone like runs away with the keys. And I think the fact that there's a third party involved in storage makes a lot of our customers feel safer.
So if BlockFi decides, hey, I'm gonna pull a Quadriga X and just somebody runs away with the only password, people will still have some recourse to get to their funds. Is that correct?
So like any other account, Gemini has the ability to shut us down at any time. And unlike Quadriga, there is no one person that has the password for all of the crypto, which doesn't make any sense if you're building a company.
Right. I think that is Chamber. What do you think about the savings account portion?
I love it.
I have a question about it.
Go ahead.
Because I'm thinking about, I want to seriously do this. Is there like a minimum or a maximum amount that you can deposit into the savings account to earn the interest?
Yeah, so our minimum is 1 Bitcoin or 25 ETH, and right now our maximum is just $1 million across all accounts. And there's no withdrawal limit, so you can withdraw it at any time.
Cool.
And that you can do that whenever. There's not a lockup. There's nothing like that.
There's no lockup. Withdrawals? We reserve 7 days to give it back to you, but typically it takes us 24 hours.
Okay. Yeah, that's nothing. I think that's important because, there is especially when you think about where bringing in new people to the space is going to happen, and part of what makes bringing in new people hard is the ease of use, and a big part of that is storing your own crypto and knowing how to do it and doing it safely. And I could see many people not wanting to be their own bank. There is a convenience and security that comes along with having a bank account, and I think that what you're talking about here is totally a way to really ease that person into someone new, or even just someone that doesn't feel great about their own custody, giving them an option to do such a thing and make a pretty awesome return on it as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the best questions that we got were a few customers that reached out to us and they were like, how can I buy crypto to be able to use this product? And that to me is the dream, right? Like getting people that aren't using Bitcoin or Ethereum or the assets that we support to actually convert into crypto.
That's amazing, because there you just flipped it, right? It's not, oh, I want to buy crypto, how do I do it? It's how do I use your product, because that's going to give me a better return than my damn bank, right?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's super interesting. And then when you get your funds back, it's just in the same way you got them, right?
Yeah, exactly. So all interest is paid out in the asset that you've deposited, right? So if you deposit in Bitcoin, you get interest paid out on a monthly basis in Bitcoin. If you deposit ETH, you get interest paid out in ETH. And then when you withdraw, you just get whatever's in your account sent back to you.
That's awesome. So, all right, before we get any further here, how can people find you? What's the process look like?
Yeah, so just go to BlockFi.com. I think there's a button to create an account. You should be able to put in your email address. You verify your email, and then it should only take 2 minutes. You just submit your information, upload a picture of your ID, and then you should be able to unlock your Bitcoin and your ETH deposit addresses for the interest account. And if you want to apply for a loan, you just click on your loan size, and you'll get your loan documents right there on your screen.
Now, I think Chamber asked this, and pardon me if he did. So, like, now, say I have the interest account, and I decide, my fiance wants to redo our kitchen. I can take a loan essentially from what I already have deposited in that savings account. Is that correct?
So you do have to choose, right? Do you want your crypto to be earning interest, or do you want to put it towards a loan? But you can have both.
Got it.
Or all three: ETH account, Bitcoin account, loan account, whatever you want.
I want all the accounts.
I want all of them.
I want all the accounts. I want all the accounts, because I think personally, so the Bitcoin, it's not a dollar amount in the savings account, right? It's your Bitcoin amount. So for Chambers' question before, Bitcoin goes to the moon, and you're not missing out on those gains per se, correct? Because what you've put in that interest account is Bitcoin and not a US dollar version, right?
Exactly. So the amount that you put in, like 1 Bitcoin, is the amount you get out. And if you really want to go into the nitty gritty, the formula for how much interest you get paid is your Bitcoin that you deposited times 6% divided by 12. And that's the amount of Bitcoin that you get paid out on a monthly basis. And then the next month, the interest is based off of the Bitcoin that you deposited plus the amount of interest you earned the last month, which is
so it's compounding.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my God, that's very cool.
Right? I'm going to open up one of these accounts when we get off of here.
All right, so what's the downside? Like, why wouldn't you want to do this? Is it just straight up custodial, in your opinion, guys?
Yeah. I mean, we're super transparent. Yeah, you guys go, and I'll back you up.
I would say that would be the only thing stopping people would be that they don't own the keys, or they don't hold the keys. But I mean, if you can get your head around that, I mean, it seems to be a no-brainer, right? I mean, 6%. I lose 6% a day trading, so I mean, I'd rather.
Yeah, might as well.
You can put half with BlockFi, then lose 6% trading, and then
break even.
Yeah, right. And then you break even, and you still have all your Bitcoin. That's really funny. Cynthia, what about you? What do you think?
I think it's awesome. I'm kind of mad that I didn't know about this until now. I seriously want to open up one of these savings accounts when I get off of here.
Well, this is new. The savings portion is brand new. You guys just launched this, at the beginning of March?
I think it was March 5th, March 6th, but it seems like so long ago, because we actually we tripled the amount of users that we thought we were going to have by the end of March. So this product has just been
good
insane.
for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's amazing. Good for
That's
you guys.
awesome. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
awesome. Well, I'm definitely going to check it out. So anybody else who thought this was awesome and is interested, please go check out BlockFi. Did you have anything else to add to that, Flori, based on what I was just saying?
Yeah, I think if anyone has questions, I really urge you to email support@blockfi.com or actually even give us a call. One of the things I love about our company is our team. Everyone's like super intelligent, super responsive. If you have any questions about our product, we try to differentiate ourselves by being like real people that you can talk to. So don't hesitate to reach out.
I do have another question, actually. Is there a native token associated with BlockFi?
We get that a lot, and unfortunately we don't.
Not unfortunately necessarily. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
One of the few...
Well, unfortunately for people that want to buy it, but
right.
Yeah, we made the decision really early on that it didn't really make sense to make people buy a token to get a loan. Like we just couldn't wrap our
Sure.
minds around that use case. So we just did the traditional way of starting a company where we bootstrapped it for a few months and then just raised some capital, and here we are.
BlockFi, the only company that did an ICO.
Right.
That's huge.
We dealt with the same thing with our company. We had talked about using tokens as well, but that was my whole thing too. It's like, are we really going to ask somebody to buy a token just to switch that over into their loan? And it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and I think like it causes other frictions, right? As you're looking to scale and maybe like partner with different platforms and things like that. I think it just made it lending and finance. It's complicated enough. There's so many regulations involved that we just try to keep it as simple as possible.
That's awesome. Yeah. So everybody go check them out. I'm going to be signing up as soon as we get done here. Who else on the team? Who else can people look for on the team?
So of the people that started the company, it's myself, my co-founder, Zach Prince, and actually we wouldn't have been able to do any of this without our chief risk officer. His name's Renee Van Kesteren, and he actually used to manage structured lending for Bank of America for 15 years. And I actually like to call him our unicorn because aside from knowing the entire like financial industry and being able to build out our entire risk model, this guy also knows how to code, which is crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
So sometimes he'll just like
he is a unicorn.
Yeah, guys like him don't exist, and he is awesome. If you want to have another BlockFi guest on, he is a hoot, and I definitely recommend talking to him. And then we have an amazing director of operations, Ken Dupree, who actually came from Guggenheim, so he used to manage middle and back office for Guggenheim Securities. So we basically have a team of tenured professionals that have been doing this in the financial industry for years, helping us put it all together.
That's awesome. You guys sound like you have an awesome team there. So we'll definitely have you guys back on again to chat sometime in the near future as well. But we now, after we get into the nitty gritty, we wouldn't be REKT Podcast if we didn't have some fun. So we are going to go through one of our favorite segments with you, the REKT Rapid Fire.
Oh boy.
So these are just some random questions. We already asked you what your favorite cheese was, so they're going to be a lot along the lines of that. So I'll start it off here. What was the first altcoin you ever purchased?
I don't know if this is going to get me some haters, but I have not purchased any altcoins. I'm just true, just like Bitcoin through and through.
She's a true maximalist.
That's amazing, actually. I bet you are probably in the the bottom 1% maybe that has never touched an altcoin.
I don't know, man. I came from lending, so I'm super risk averse, and I'm okay, great. This is the equivalent to gold. Let's just do it and stick with it.
I love
Turns
that
out that was a pretty smart move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
it's funny. More and more as I get deeper and deeper into crypto, I start going more and more towards that mentality, which is I think that's what's going to happen to me soon. So altcoins to me are going to become
The bear market,
less and less in my portfolio.
Bear market definitely taught me some lessons. I think my portfolio now, it used to be, I think 90% alts.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what when we first started this, you were over 90%.
I'll tell you what it is. Are we counting ETH as an alt? We're not counting ETH.
And I wouldn't count that. No.
If we're not counting
even though it is,
ETH,
but-
I think I'm at like 50%.
Huh, that's
How do
much
you deal
better.
with the stress?
No, 40%. Sorry, I'm only 40% alts.
I just
Also,
want to know, yeah, how
This is-
emotionally, how do you deal with this?
A lot of drugs.
you see his hair, Flori, right?
Yeah,
You see- he doesn't have any hair left.
I have to wear the hat to it hurts my skin. It
Altcoins
hurts,
took his hair.
It definitely hurts my head.
All right, non crypto question. What is your all time favorite movie?
Oh boy. God, now I'm just thinking of like the nerdiest movie of all time.
Do
it's
it.
so lame.
This is a safe
No,
space.
I can't. It's like from the 1950s, and I'm only thinking about this because I wrote about it in a college application, which was Singing in the Rain. But there have definitely been way better movies.
Fun
since then.
fact about Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the rain.
Fun fact.
Singing in the rain.
I just learned the other
Love
day.
that movie.
Is in the scene, the Singing in the Rain song scene, they actually added milk to the water to get the rain to pop more on camera.
way.
Yeah, little known
wow.
fact, people.
Fun
Dang.
facts
Yeah,
from Chamber.
little chamber fun
Wow.
fact for you.
That was not pre-rehearsed, ladies and gentlemen. This is a free podcast, and you get nuggets like that.
Absolutely.
And
all right,
somehow
Singing in
we're
the Rain.
always circling back to the cheese theme somehow.
Some sort of dairy product. I think.
Yeah.
Dairy.
You can tell what Chamber's favorite food group is, right? It's just big time cheese and maple syrup. Those are the only two things in Canada, I think. How about this one? We always ask this one. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Kiss Me by, what's the name? Sixpence.
Oh, yeah.
Sixpence, none the richer.
There you go.
God, I love you even more.
I'm giving like the lamest answers. I
Those are-
swear I have like a really fun side too, but
The lamer the
I don't know.
better.
Eddie, if you would get up and sing Sixpence None the Richer at karaoke night, you would probably bring the house down. I'm not even going to lie about that.
for episode
All right.
2 on REKT.
Yes,
This is a two-part
when you come
series.
back, we're just doing karaoke, and that's it, and you're going to go. Chamber, you got one?
A karaoke song or a rapid fire question?
A rapid fire.
I was gonna.
We'll take both.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, we'll take both.
I don't know. I actually witnessed some very good karaoke over the last couple of weeks. I was away.
Were you watching me sing in the shower again?
No, that's a separate feed I have in the house. No, I watched some. I probably saw 4 extremely good karaoke performances in one evening. I mean, I was pretty drunk, but I thought it was pretty high. Like,
What did they sing?
there was one girl. I say girl because she must have been 20 years old, and she came out. I'm not very cool, so I'm gonna say like a rap song. I think it was Meek Mill for the kids out there.
I don't even know.
Yeah,
what
I don't know
that
who it
is.
was either, but she destroyed it. I had never heard the song before, and I thought she did it as if it was her own song. She wasn't looking at the
Yeah.
she wasn't looking at the monitor. She stage dove into the crowd with the mic. It was bananas.
Wow.
Yeah, just this little unassuming young gal, and she just destroyed this song. I saw somebody
that's
do.
amazing.
I saw some white guy do a killer version of James Brown "Living in America."
Oh,
like, killed it.
interesting.
Those are the two that are sticking out. But I bet you I saw
pretty
4 or
crazy.
5 really good ones.
All right, next rapid fire question here. Let's see. Who is your celebrity crush?
Ooh, definitely Chris Hemsworth, for sure.
Oh, that is Hemsworth.
Nothing wrong with the Hemsworth.
He just seems so strong.
He is so strong and dreamy. I mean, he's ridiculous. I'm a guy. I mean, I can tip my hat to that one. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I really appreciate also the fact that he's pretty funny, right?
Yep.
He's not just a good-looking dude. He's actually really funny. So.
That's funny. Cynthia, did we ever get your celebrity crush? I don't know if you were on when we asked the last time. And Cynthia's not there.
You're never going to get the answer to that one.
Did we get yours?
No.
Don't you? I don't know. I think I know.
I think I said I was Wedding Crashers Rachel McAdams.
That's a good one.
Like the pinnacle of my celebrity crush. For the exact same reason as Flori. It's like she's hilarious in that movie. Also,
I agree.
As well
Attractiveness
as,
plus
stunning.
funniness is a big key.
Yes, for sure.
So, there she is. Who's yours?
Sorry. I had to step away. Kids.
I hear ya.
Celebrity crush number one. You know what? This is so like cliche, and he's everybody's. But I feel like the older he gets, the sexier he is Brad Pitt.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with Brad.
Nice.
Total hottie.
All right.
I thought you were going to go with George Clooney, but I'll take Brad.
Close second. Clooney's a close second.
All right, let's go with two more here, and then we'll wrap it up. How about what would be on where's a place that's on your travel bucket list?
Okay, yeah, I actually have a lot of places, but the weirdest place that I want to go to is Socotra, Yemen. And it is an island off of the coast of Yemen, and it's described as the most alien place on Earth.
Whoa. That's crazy. What the hell
Why
would you
so
do there?
alien? Like how so?
Basically the trees and the animals and the wildlife all were developed kind of in a bubble. So you guys should look it up. It just really looks like you're on a different planet.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm going to have to add that to my bucket list of travel as well. And then let's see. How about growing up, what was your favorite band or album or any of those kind of things?
I'm interested to hear this one.
Yeah, so growing up,
the soundtrack to that Freddie Prinze Jr. movie with Kiss Me.
Oh no, she's all that.
No,
yeah,
no,
she's
no.
all that.
So actually, my parents are from Argentina, so I learned Spanish before I learned English, and then I also grew up in New Jersey, which all of that led to me being a really angsty teenager.
So you never learned English, is what you're saying?
No, I'm
grew up
actually
in
not
New Jersey,
speaking
too.
English right now. We're in a dream. So my favorite band is probably like a tie between like Green Day and Blink-182.
Oh my God, yes. That's the New Jersey angst. I grew up in New Jersey also, and I listened to Blink-182, Enema of the State, probably until it broke.
I'm more of a Cheshire Cat guy myself.
It's like still on your Spotify like top songs from last year,
Yes.
just because you listened to it so much in your youth.
Exactly. That's awesome. Well, we won't put you through any more of these embarrassing rapid fire questions, but we had an awesome time speaking with you, awesome time learning about BlockFi. I'm surely going to go check it out literally as soon as we get off here. Any last items here that you want to make sure everybody knows where to find you, anything like that?
No, thanks for having me on. BlockFi.com for anyone out there, and don't hesitate to reach out. We're here to talk to you.
What's your
awesome.
Twitter Twitter handle, Flori?
Founder Flori.
Founder Flori.
I'm going to have to follow you now. Do you guys have a Telegram?
Yeah, we do. BlockFi.
Cool. We will tweet all of that stuff out when this episode comes out. So if you will be listening to this on Thursday, go and check out our tweet to find all the places that you can find Flori and BlockFi. Flori, we really appreciate your time. It was an awesome conversation, and thank you. We hope to have you guys all on again soon.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And everybody else, until next time, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.